guys, this is a little heads up. I accidentally say 8, 7, 6, and 5 before I realized that I was making a mistake. So there's only 7, and I do say this again in the video, but please do not go down and type a comment about it, because now you know why that happened. Also, I don't have the clip of me getting the win, but just know I did get the win. And yeah, you guys have a great day, and enjoy this video. Alright, at number 7, no, wait, no, at number 8, I'm so used to saying 7, at number 8, we have the Brutus Minigun. So yeah, hear me out. I know a lot of people really do like the minigun, and that's okay, but me, no, I don't. I think the minigun is very overrated in terms of effectiveness and usefulness, in the sense of, yeah, sure, it's a spray weapon, it destroys builds, whoop-de-doo, but there's another mythic weapon that I think is way better and does the exact same thing, but 10 times better than whatever the minigun thinks it can. Again, the minigun to me is just a nerfed version of the legendary minigun. And while I like the legendary minigun, the Brutus minigun is a balanced version of the legendary. Think about that. The mythic version of a minigun is more balanced and less overpowered than the legendary one, aka the worst ranking one. Like, come on, just think about that for a few teensy-beatsy seconds. The freaking, I mean, and again, it does 21 damage. That is the same as the legendary minigun. Again, it's pretty easy to outbuild. I can do it, and I know you guys probably can too. Also, the grotto is not a great place to land. I mean, it's just not. Don't at me. I mean, you probably will, because I said something you didn't agree with. But the minigun to me is just a gun that is there to fulfill the wannabe drum gun likers. And to me, the drum gun is a better version of the minigun. The drum gun has more usefulness, does more damage. And believe me, before you say, well, what about the fire rate? Take fire rate into account. Okay, I will. All the mythic weapons have a better fire rate than their counterparts. Well, the SCAR, the drum gun, and the minigun all have faster fire rates than their counterparts. So using fire rate as an excuse to say the minigun is good is not an excuse, because you could say the same thing for the SCAR if I said the SCAR was bad. Fire rate doesn't make these guns good. Damage, fire rate, and I mean, think about this. Who really drops here? Because I mean, sure, if I want a minigun, I'll just go grab one of the purple miniguns from frickin' Rig and go get a boom bow. Or if I want a good mythic spray weapon, I'll go get the drum gun or SCAR. Both better guns with the faster fire rate than their counterpart. I'm sorry, there is no point to me, personally, of having a minigun in your inventory. All the Brutus minigun does is take up an inventory slot that could be filled by other better weapons. And if you're going to try to use it as your SMG to a shotgun, don't. I know there's a quicker fire-up rate, but it just doesn't fulfill the purpose of what a minigun is, which was a high damage, high fire rate weapon. The fact is, this thing still has a freaking heat up. You get about 35 bullets. Compared to that, SCAR, 30 bullets with more damage. Drum gun, 40 bullets, more damage. Dual pistols, same amount of damage, but they give you healing. The minigun to me is garbage. And I'll use it if I have a gray SMG, or like, that's about it. I don't really see a point to the minigun, and I don't understand why people like it so much. Our number 7 spot is going to be Meowscles Piao Piao Rifle. Yellowstone's PI rifle to me is pretty much like I said before. It has the same fate as the minigun. It's a honestly almost worse, if not just the same. But it's the same, if not a worse version of the legendary AK from like season 6, and even this season's AK, gold AK is pretty good. Meowscles, I mean, this is pretty unanimous. It's one of the worst. Obviously, you've got the Scar, and almost anyone will take a Scar over an AK, especially a Mythic Scar over a Mythic AK. The AK just deal its fate. The AK is not that good. Sorry to all you AK fans. I personally think the AK is not terrible, but like I just have to admit, I'm going with both my personal opinion and the community's opinion. Community thinks it's one of the worst. I think it's pretty good. So because of that, I'm gonna put it at 7. But also, I mean, even I don't think it's incredible. Like, there's weapons I'd rather take. Like, I would take a gold burst or purple or gold scar over a mythic AK. I think I might use a drum gun over an AK, and that's saying something. Yeah, you couldn't say it's got really good accuracy and good range and yada yada yada, but if I'm being honest, all of that doesn't matter because so does the scar. Like, scars and bursts have very similar accuracy to this. And I understand why they put this in the game, to fill that kind of void of no good sniper AR kind of things. But it's not like this one is incredibly good either, and I think a lot of people agree with me on this one. However, it's not terrible, and it does have a purpose, which is why it is getting the ranking of 7 instead of 8. I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say. It's not that much. Yeah. And in at our number 6 spot is actually TNTina's Kaboombo. Again, this might be a controversial one, but more for the fact that I didn't put her at 7 or 8. A lot of people hate on TNTina's Kaboombo, and I don't see why. Okay, well, I kind of do. But, I personally think TNTina is very underrated, while being overrated at the exact same time. I mean, TNTina is one of those hit or miss prospect that really only go, but unlike pretty much everything else, that's about TNTina's hit or miss. I mean, there's not really much special, but nothing much. There's nothing good. There's not a ton of very, very bad, but there's not a ton of very, very good either. TNTina's I said the exact same line twice. TNTina is one of those characters that I feel when it's going against you, it feels overpowered, but when you have it, it feels underpowered. So the way that ammo works for this is actually cool because they use the exact same as the bandage bazooka system, which is good and bad. Good because you'll never run out of bullets, but bad because you will run out of bullets a lot actually. You only get 5 shots with a gun, and because of that, you don't have a lot of time to hit your shots. You have to hit a very large quantity. You have to hit 2 out of 5 shots, which I'm pretty sure if I do proper math, which I can't do, that's about 40% of your shots, which is hard to hit for a lot of the new players. To kill someone at full shield. Obviously, you can one-shot henchmen. Anyone that has over 100 health will be 2-shot to the boombo, which is very inconvenient because the boombo shots are hard to hit. Tell me about explosive damage. That's only 75, so not much of an argument there. While the boombo does do high amounts of damage, and again, if you know how to use it, it is incredible. Lots of people don't know how to use it, and that is the big issue with it. And also, it's semi-hard to find because of the fact that, like, there's the 4 islands at the rig, and that's, like, really annoying. I mean, seriously. With the rig exploded, she spawns on the islands more times, so it's, like, kind of hard to find her, but also it's not incredibly hard. I mean, it's not agency or shark hard. It's hard, but not impossible, I guess. Now, obviously, I suck at the game, so that might have something to do with it, but I don't think the boom bow doesn't have enough reward for the risk you're taking with it. To me, the boom bow doesn't do enough for what it's intended to be, which is a version of the old boom bow. So that's one of the things I'm gonna be doing. Is a lot of these guns are versions of older guns, and so I feel entitled to compare it to the original. And again, this boom bow is not as good as the old one. The old boom bow had more damage, a better explosive radius. And while, yeah, you could say it's more overpowered, this one's more balanced, they're mythics. I want them to be mythic good. I'm not looking here for balanced guns. I want mythic guns. And these last few don't hit the mark, though the boom bow almost does. This gun, I am definitely willing to switch with the gun on our next slot. So please let me know when I might remake this video. When you guys let me know what you think of it, because I know this video is going to be controversial, and that is fine. I mean, like I was saying, the boom bow to me is a 2-in-1 gun that doesn't do enough and doesn't do either of the things perfect. I mean, it does them good, but not good enough. To me, it's a combination of a rocket launcher and a sniper, and it doesn't do either one of those things great. It does it good, which is why it's not last or second to last, but it doesn't do it good enough to make the top 5. And that is why, to me, the boom bow just doesn't hit that mark that it needs to hit to be mythic. That's basically all I have to say. Enjoy your life. Oh yeah, I forgot to bring up a few more things about the boom bow. As you see in the background clip here, which is pretty much my only evidence, the way you aim, the aiming system is not nearly as good on this boom bow as the old one. I mean, yeah, there's explosive damage, but that explosive damage still takes 4 hits to kill on a man with full shield, I think. Or does it take 3 hits to kill? I don't know. But the point is, as you just saw in the background clip, because I know what clip I picked, that took me 3 shots to hit, and I have wasted all 5 of my bullets. So now if I'm in a sniper fight, I don't got a sniper. And obviously you're going to carry this over a sniper because you're not an idiot. And so because of that, I feel like the way this works, that doesn't help you. I wasted all 5 of my shots, and unless I want to drop this for a sniper and then pick it back up, which is very inconvenient because it doesn't freaking reload while you're not carrying. It's like a bandage. You have to pick it up for it to reload. And by the way, the time this takes to reload, it takes like a few minutes, I think, for it to fully reach. I think it takes like 2 minutes for it to fully recharge, because it's like 30 seconds. But like, as you can see in the background gameplay, it takes a long time for it to even get 1 shot back, and that's inconvenient. So yeah, I forgot to say that about the reload time, which I don't know if I'll talk about that on other guns. But yeah, I think you guys might know that is one of the reasons why it's not in the top 5. Controversial alert, I repeat, controversial. This is not a drill. Coming in at the number 5 spot is the Mythic dual pistols. How dare you? Okay, I'm sorry, I cannot call them that. The Deadpool dual pistols are the worst because of the damage, but let's just talk about that first, since that is the big argument. I mean, along with recoil and stuff, but we'll get into reasons why the Deadpool dual pistols aren't bad. They're just, let's say, underrated. I think that's the right word, because that is the right word. The Deadpool dualies are significantly underrated. But anyways, damage, like I was saying. The Deadpool dual pistols do a 21 body shot damage with a 34 headshot damage, more than the Mythic minigun. Let me just soak that in for a second. These dualies, which the quote-unquote worst damage in the game, actually do more than the minigun on a headshot, and the same as a body shot. So, point there. Talk about fire rate all you want. These dualies have a better fire rate, or hand cannons, whatever you want to call them. These dualies hand cannons have a better fire rate than the old ones. Why? Because they're better. Now, the old ones had way too much damage. And while I think the damage could be buffed a little, the damage buff won't make it necessarily higher on the list. Because it's already too good. It's already really good as it is. And there's no reason to buff or nerf them because they're good on their own. Obviously, you guys probably won't agree with this. I'm going to go into more statistics right now. Well, number one, they heal you. We'll get back into that topic more later. But, the dualies, number one, do have a sick reload animation. I know that doesn't really matter, but it's kind of cool. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't have scripts for these videos. I just gotta talk out of what I think about them. But anyways, like I was trying to say, the dualies have a very unique feature, with one, that healing factor, but two, they're really easy to get, and that is always a plus because, well, the easier they are to get, the more likely they're going to be able to get them if you go there. Because obviously the best things about them are, of course, the mythics. I mean, some people might drop agency for the fight, but let's be honest. But again, all these guns have their advantages, but no one seems to be pointing out the big one for the dualies, which is the reason I'm putting them above the boom bow. They heal you. Like I said earlier, they heal you. I cannot get over how incredible that is. They have never done this with a gun before and may or may not ever do it again. The old dualies, while did crap tons of damage, didn't really have a purpose above that, which is why not make them up. But these dualies, they have a purpose. 18 shots, same as the old one. I'm gonna check the DP. The DPS on them is actually really, really good, and the DPS for those is, if I remember right, it is 11. It's about 111, which is really good for the fact that these don't have an incredible fire rate. Their fire rate is not great at about 5.2 bullets per second, which means, okay, 5 bullets a second is not great, but it isn't terrible. Especially for these are not meant to be fast-paced, go-lucky guns. They're meant to be good, solid guns that heal you. Think about this: you're at 100 health, and you get sniped by a suppressed sniper purple, which means you aren't dead. You're at 5 health. But then you see, let's say you're in solo squads because you think that the new matchmaking thing makes it easier to play solo squad. You run across a bot squad and you limit the dualies. You know that they heal you and you kill them all. They all have, let's say, 100 health. And you get 5 health per damage. Not kill, 5 health per damage. And it takes you, if it is 20, so it takes you about 5 shots to kill on these. Pretty much what happens there is you just got, let's see here, 5 times 4 is 20. Wait, why am I doing that? Let's see here. I gotta remember how to do this math proper. What is the math I'm gonna do here? Let's see. If you get 5 health per kill, so you would do 5 times 5 4 times. So 20 times 4. You just got yourself 100 health. So you just got yourself up to 100 health, 5 shield. See? And it's not like you get 5 health per kill. You get 5 health per every hit you do. Same thing, it works on knock too, and henchmen and everything. So let's say you're really low in a gun battle, but you see there's a random bot walking around, because you never not see those anymore, I swear to God. You can just go pull out your dualies and shoot them in the face. And then gain some health from that, get you ready to fight again. It awards aggressiveness, which I love, because there's, again, with this season, besides the grapplers, which we'll get into later on this list, there's not a ton of advantages you can get. Which is really sad if you think about it. Like, there's not enough advantages you can get, which I think really sucks. But with these dualies, you get an advantage of healing. Need I say more? That's why I think it's better, but I'm willing to switch this. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Alright guys, I just realized how big of a dumbass I am. I've been saying that there was 8 mythic weapons, but there's only actually been 7. So I guess the boom bow did make the top 5. So far the list has been number 7 is the minigun, number 6 is the boom bow, number 5 is the no, hold on. Number 7 is the minigun, number 6 is the Meowscles weapon, number 5 is the boom bow, and number 4 is the dualies. And so looky here, I'm an idiot. Anyways, number 3 will be the grappler, and let's have fun with a Fortnite video game. Stop delaying the event, epic, goddammit. Freaking grappler, like, how epic is that? I mean, the grappler was one of the most loved items back in season 5 and 6, and when it got vaulted, me and many other of the gamers in this epic were incredibly sad, and we had a right to be. Luckily, with this mythic season, they brought it back, and it better than ever. This is the first gun on here besides maybe the boom bow. No, maybe the dualies. That feels truly mythic. This is an overpowered item, and that's perfect. Now, it's not too over the point that I don't want to play the game, because whoever has this can just swing around, because the thing I know has endless amounts of range, which it doesn't. It has infinite amounts of charges, but not infinite amounts of range. It's got a balanced amount of range, and I think that combined with the awesome ability of, I don't know, score to come with it, all that just leads into a very, very epic gamer moment. Which, I mean, like, come on. Let's be honest. How many of you guys that played back in season, whatchamacallit, thought the grappler was good? And then, let me ask that with a follow-up question. How many of you guys were sad when it was vaulted? Exactly. The grappler is amazing and deserves to be on the number 3 spot. Okay, so number 2 on this list is, again, controversial, could be switched to number 1. It is the Mythic Scar. Yeah, have fun with my explanation. Grappler, duh. But now I'm going to talk about the other gun that Skye gets, the Scar. Well, Skye herself is not a cool skin, like, at all. She's got some of the best mythic guns in the game. Now again, 37 body shot, 74 headshot. Compared to the golden Scar that is 36, 72, that is better. The fire rate makes it have this. The fire rate is incredible, and it has 250. I don't know. I think it's got 252 damage per second, which when you hit all your shots, which you could do with the Scar, especially the Scar specifically. With this Mythic Scar, you can easily get a kill, like a one-shot kill, and that's awesome. I mean, guns can get like kills in 1 second. Not one-shot kills. Kills in a second is awesome, especially when it's a mythic weapon. Again, like I've said many times before, I hate gun thing. I hate it when I hate it when mythic weapons don't feel mythic. Because then what's the point of making it a mythic weapon if it's not going to be any better than, well, any other weapon? If it's not going to be better than its legendary counterpart, which most of these guns have, or some other counterpart. But this Scar knocks it out of the park. I mean, again, the 252 damage per second, 1 kill, the fire rate again, the way that you can use it as an SMG if you like to run rocket launchers, because of its fire rate. I've seen many people be able to win the game in scars only. And that's because of how good it is. To me, the SCAR is a hybrid, not really a hybrid, but more of a gun that was designed to be an AR with the capacity of a suppressed SMG. And it does it perfectly. Only reason it's not number one is because number one is the best gun in the game, in my personal, obviously it's not a great place to land at. Shark's not a great place to go, but I am shocked by the amount of people I see in games go into the Shark, even though it's a terrible location. Yeah, I know about the broken storms, but still, that thing, as you see in the background gameplay, the storm is still broken. I mean, like, it wasn't even in circle. Incredible, and it's because it's an incredible gun. Fire rate, great. I mean, Mythic SCAR. You had me there. In my opinion, the best Mythic weapon of them all. It is the gray pistol. Oh, come on, someone had to believe that. Anyone? No one? Really? Anyways, the actual number one spot coming in is the blue pistol. Oh, come on, I'm gonna get the green pistol? Okay, fine. The number one spot is the Mythic drum gun. You guys have seen me rave on it about it. You're gonna see me rave on and on about it in future videos. Drum gun. That's all I need to say, right? Not exactly. And I had some recorded with some pretty good guns. The drum gun was the only one I got a win with. And believe me, I was playing for a while. Not necessarily. I mean, I started this recording at like 8:30. It's now like 10, almost 11. So it's almost 12. But that's probably because of how long it takes to edit. But anyways, the drum gun just hits the spot that no other weapon probably can come close to. And like I've done with all my other ones, let's compare it to the original drum gun. So the Season 4-5 drum gun did 26 and 27 with a 53-54 headshot. This drum gun does 25 with a 50 headshot. So I don't know how that math works, but I'm going to ignore the math and focus on the stuff about that. Number one, the fire rate is faster, so it probably does more damage than the drum gun. And the current drum gun is not superb, it is only great. Now, obviously, I've been a drum gun lover. I always have. If you watch any of my Season 9 videos, when the drum gun was in the game, you'll know that I picked it up anytime I saw it. Now, I have realized that I've walked past many drum guns before, and that's because I'm an idiot. But, like, one of my favorite drop spots is Agency, and probably a lot of people's are too, and why? It's because of the drum gun. I mean, this thing can kill anyone in 1 second, just like the SCAR can. With the 250 damage per second that it does, which is less than the SCAR, but the drum gun is a hybrid weapon that does both of the things better than the original does it. It's a Mythic SCAR. It's not we're not talking about the Mythic SCAR. The Mythic SCAR does do it better, but that's because it's Mythic. But this drum gun does, and being a normal AR better than a normal AR, and it does SMGs better than an SMG. What more do you want? The point of the gun, it does it, to me at least, better than the original version of said gun. Now, obviously, I'm trash, but even I'm dominant with this gun. And a lot of people are. A lot of people drop at the Agency for the very reason of getting the drum gun. Now, some people will, I'm getting the YouTube ability where I just push everyone I see. Luckily, I didn't have to in these clips because you guys don't see half the games. But yeah, I love pushing. And with the drum gun, it's really easy to push, and it's really fun to push. Because you could just walk with someone and spoil their build. And what's more fun than that? Sweaty Titch Streamers cry about control the player. Dude, you guys get 240 frames a second. Shut your mouth. But I'm getting distracted. The drum gun does everything superb. It's a 2-in-1 weapon. I know I just this, but I want to make this point very clear. It's a 2-in-1 weapon that does both things better than the original. Like the 6-shooter, it was a 2-in-1 gun that didn't do either of the things good at all. This one is better than, to me, it's better than a blue AR and a blue SMG. I will take a green drum gun over a P90 any day of the week. They're not even in the game anymore. And really, the drum gun's the best SMG and arguably one of the best assault rifles in the game. Like, in creative, this is called an assault rifle, but it used to be called an SMG. Why? Because it's both, and it does both of those things superb. I could go on and on and on about rambling about how good this gun is, but that's just boring. So yeah, as you can see in the background gameplay, I am looting. I think I know, because I know what I'm audioing, because I'm watching the clip and like I'm audioing. Anyways, but yeah, you'll see after I'm done talking and rambling about how good this gun is, you will see the win I got with it. And now, before you say it's because of the other loot, it really isn't. I mean, yeah, I had good other loot because it's endgame, but drum gun was my main reason. So I may or may not show every kill I get with the drum gun. I don't know. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to smash that subscribe button. How much do you disagree with my list? Do you actually agree with it? Whatever it is, let me know in the comments. I'll reply to all sensical comments about my opinion. And I want to hear yours too, because I'm actually interested. Yeah, have a great rest of your day. Goodbye!